All right, welcome back to Natural Language Learning. Today I'm going to show you how to journal, how to log in the language that you're learning. This is an extremely effective exercise to learn more vocabulary, useful vocabulary, and also to improve your grammar. This is a writing exercise. It's hard work, not gonna lie. It's very effective. It's definitely worth doing because it will help you think more clearly in the language and also to speak better, more accurately, making fewer mistakes. And it's very simple. All we're going to need is a pen, a notebook, diary, and a translator. So we've got DeepL in this case. You could use Google Translate as well, or if you some people love using ChatGPT for everything, you could use that as well. But basically, the idea is always the same. You write your thoughts. Basically, you write about your day, you write your thoughts, your experiences, opinions, whatever, anything that comes to mind. Uh, Today, I woke up at 8:30. I should wake up earlier, but I always feel tired in the morning. Um, Whatever. That's not really the case, but you get the idea. And yeah, you see, there's lots of different grammar here. There's past, there's conditionals, there's yeah, should there, always. So this is in the present. But don't think in grammar. Again, this is really good to learn grammar, but don't think in grammar cases and any of that boring stuff. That's really ineffective and unnatural to learn. Instead, write your thoughts about your day. 10, 20, 30. 30 is maybe too much. 20 lines good. You write everything, then you get the translation here in Spanish or whatever language you're learning, and you copy the sentences into your notebook. And you say the words aloud while you copying them. Hoy me he levantado a las 8:30 o 8:30. Debería levantarme antes, and you write the whole thing. And that's it. And you keep doing that every single day. And after that, after you write that, you read what you wrote the previous days, because that's going to be, first of all, this is a really interesting exercise to some self reflection, self, I don't know how to say. When you're alone and you with your thoughts and you're writing about it, it's it's a good way to like think, but also it's your own words, it's your own experiences, your own opinions, thoughts, whatever. And when you reread the stuff you wrote the previous days, everything will be very easy to remember because it's your own words about your own experiences. So you will learn a lot of vocabulary, useful vocabulary, by doing this because it's stuff you came up with, things you would talk about. It's not random. It's not a random list, and it's also grammar, all kinds of grammar that you learn in context by doing this. And the second way of doing this would be the much harder way, but also much better if you okay, once you've been doing it for a while. This is a scriptorial technique, right? The copying while saying them aloud, and you learn to write, and then by writing well, you learn to think and speak in the language. This is a scriptorial technique, but an extra level of difficulty would be to translate it yourself. So you type it here in English, and then today I woke up at 8:30. Hoy me he levantado Hoy me he despertado a las 8:30. Actually, this is wrong. Yeah. Levantado is I got up. Despertarse is to wake up. Levantarse is to get up. Anyway, you type it in English. You translate it directly into the paper, and then once you've texted the whole, once you've typed the whole thing and then translated the whole thing, you look at it and you correct all your mistakes, and there'll be plenty of them. For example, this is one I've got. This is Ukrainian. It's full of red corrections. This is me translating English into Ukrainian and then correcting my translation. And this is a very good way to. It will help you. Like, it will fix your spelling as well. But that's not that important. If what you want to do is to understand and speak the language, spelling. I mean, yeah, you should learn to spell better when you type. But more than that is the goal here is for you to learn the right, like all the conjugations, how to use them correctly, like this stuff. Debería levantarme. That kind of stuff in Spanish is challenging for English speakers. English grammar is much more simple than Spanish or French or most languages really. So this is challenging. So trying to translate into Spanish and then self-correcting, a really good way to see where you're making your mistakes and correcting them. This is infinitely better to get you to speak better than talking to people. Yeah, you need to talk to people, but you're you you won't necessarily correct your mistakes unless you're talking to a teacher and they're correcting you face to face the whole time. Just chatting to people won't correct your mistakes for the most part. You should be getting a lot of input, lots of reading and listening, so that a lot of these mistakes uh, you learn the correct way simply by being exposed to the language. But for troubleshooting and finding the mistakes and correcting them, this is the best exercise. You translate into the language, you look at the machine translation, and you correct your mistakes. And again, you should do this every day, and then look at the previous days. And it's especially useful if you read what you translated the previous days, and all your mistakes are there. You see your mistakes, so you remember them, and keep doing this. Yeah, write a page a day or like 10 lines or whatever, uh, and then read it what you wrote the previous days. And if you keep doing this for a few weeks, you'll learn lots of vocab. You'll correct lots and lots of mistakes that you were making, and it's as simple as this. You just have to write about your day and then translate into the language. It's as simple as that. It's not the only thing you should do, obviously, but this is one of the main things you should be doing. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time.